We creatures have all but disappeared, hiding in plain sight.
Dr. Bishop is a hidden witch who is oblivious of her own powers. Sometimes accidents happen on their own while she tries her best to hide her powers. She goes to library and open an old manuscript, Ashmole 782, which was hidden for centuries. Only she could access this book and she didn't know. Strange things started happening after she opened that manuscript. Diana Bishop returned that book. She was scared for her life. Vampires and other witches witnessed her confusion. In next scene, a young man is seen whose friend met a road accident. He bled to death. That young man checked around so make sure no one was watching, and then strange thing happened. He bit on his dying friend's neck and fed him his own blood. Despite his efforts to save his friend, he didn't succeed. His friend died. It was a failed siren to turn humans to vampire. After opening Ashmole 782, Diana kept having bad dreams, which was a sign she is yet to discover. In another scene, a young man is seen who came to hunt for a witch in the woods, but he didn't know it was a trap for him. He ended up burning and burying up under the ground. This witch is going to have a big role up ahead in the series. Next scene is that of a vampire named Matthew who was smitten by Dr. Diana Bishop. He went for a hunt to get off his mind of Diana. During his absence, she was approached by an old man witch named Knox who wanted her to hand him over that Ashmole 782 to carry out his ultimate motives. He wanted to wipe out vampires, but Diana would not agree to him. Vampire had a hard time to control his urges for Diana. Once he gained full control, he wanted to work closely with her in order to save his vampire kind. They had an intimate moment to share. Matthew took the initiative and brought Diana to his vampire home. This is Diana's aunt and her partner who are worried about her well-being. They call her and tell her to be careful about the vampire. On the other hand, the supernatural congregation is worried about the existence of such a powerful witch named Diana. Another witch is doing her research about Diana's powers.
Who is Diana Bishop?
Knox is a very dangerous man who wants Diana's powers for his nasty intentions. He is in possession of a powerful supernatural who warns him of Diana's powers. Another vampire tries to warn Matthew of Diana, but he does not listen to her and goes for a dinner with Diana at her home. They had beautiful moments that night.
Thank you for dinner.
The next morning, Diana received her dead parents' pictures from Knox as a warning for her to comply with his demands. She is heartbroken to see her best friends working for Knox. Matthew comes at her place and found out about those pictures. He follows her to the library where she tries to find Ashmole 782 again. Knox and his friends were already there. Knox attacks Diana's library friend Sean. She gets angry at this and her powers are activated at once. She used too much of her powers that was overwhelming for her, thanks to Matthew who came at right time and guided her back to her senses. Matthew took her back to his place and wanted her to be safe. They both decided to go to Matthew's ancestral home where Diana will be both safe and practice her powers until she is in control of them. He brings her home, but his mom is a bit skeptical about Diana because her husband was killed by the witches and Diana belonged to them. Matthew's old lover came to find him, but was unsuccessful. In the meantime, a congregation for witches and vampires was going on. Their main concern was about Diana, who they thought is in possession of Book of Life, the Ashmole 782. They found out a vampire named Matthew took her to his ancestral home. They wanted her back. Matthew de Clermont was a big name in supernatural world. They approached Matthew's father to bring him into account in front of congregation. Knox being Knox harassed his assistant witch to keep her in line and follow his orders. Matthew on the other hand investigated pictures of Diana's parents. He found out that it was done by the witches themselves. He told her that her parents were killed by witches, not the humans. Later they went to ride the horses. They really had a good time together. When Diana's aunties found out where she is right now, they tried to warn her against Matthew's mother because she hated witches. Instead, Diana went to her office and tried to make up with Matthew's mum. The congregation sent a man to inform Diana and Matthew of their decision and to try bring back Diana, but Matthew refused to do that. His mother asked him to send Diana back or else the congregation will kill her. Instead, he decided to go by himself and leave Diana to his mother's protection. Diana chased him, but he wouldn't stop and left immediately. With this surge of emotions, Diana made it rain for the first time. This proved that Diana is a powerful witch who can control both air and water.